Hello, beautiful Gemini friends. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces happening September 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world, impacting the very impactful 10th house for you, the house of career, public relationships, the public. Something is coming to a head that could put you in the spotlight. We're going to find out what all of this means. We're going to unpack the astrology, pull some tarot, so keep watching. So Gemini, welcome to the channel or welcome back. So good to see you here. So as we know, full moons shine a big spotlight on whatever area of the astrological wheel they are occurring, and for you this is happening in your 10th house of career, a marriage partner if you have one, and the public. I mean, the moon is connected with the public. Now the moon is conjunct Neptune, so there could be some illusions, delusions, epiphanies happening with creative energy, something really coming out of the woodwork. The scales falling from your eyes, the penny dropping, whatever phrase you would like to use about this energy. So, full moons bring a culmination. They can bring a wrap up, and especially an eclipse can bring a point of no return change for you. Now, this does not have to be negative. This can be also positive. It's just the end of a chapter. That's all. It's, doesn't mean it's negative, right? If you're in the creative field, there could be some interesting creative arts, with Neptune, spirituality, things like that. There could be some very interesting publicity or, something like that coming to you, being in the spotlight in some way. It's very, very possible. Saturn is also in this 10th house. He is not near the moon. He's at 15. The moon's at 25 Pisces. He's retrograde, but he has been in your 10th house, signaling some sort of publicity, fame, and or notoriety. They are different. And perhaps a rethink of your personal goals vis-a-vis your career. Usually when Saturn transits our 10th house, there can be a lot of recognition, whether for good or ill. So there could be some, sort of issue with recognition, being in the spotlight, coming to a head for you. There could be some sort of offer opportunity. Mercury is opposite Saturn, Mercury in Virgo at this full moon lunar eclipse. So there could be something connected with your emotional security, your emotional foundation, perhaps your financial foundation that also comes to light or comes to a head. There could be an important email, document, contract, something like that with Mercury going through that 4th house. It's opposite Saturn retrograde. This probably has connections to your past in some way. So that could be coming to a head. Either it's a green light or it's a red light, one way or the other. It probably won't be a yellow light. It's either a go or a no. So you will find that out also at this full moon lunar eclipse. And if you have been kidding yourself, Gemini, how you can talk yourself in or out of anything. If you've been kidding yourself about something related to 10th house matters, again, writing will be on the wall. You will be hard pressed to continue to tell yourself any sort of Fibonacci's, which I like to call fibs, white lies, untruths about the situation. Like, the truth will be in your face. Again, it doesn't have to be a negative truth. It could also be something positive. But especially if you have not been acknowledging the truth in your life in some way, it could maybe be a little disruptive when you allow yourself to see, the universe forces you to see what is really going on. All right, so I just want to emphasize again, it can be some sort of karmic wrap-up, karmic ending, of course, but one door closes, another door opens. Again, it can just be the end of a chapter. If you're launching something at this time for your own business or something creatively, you could have a very interesting launch. It could be very good for you, especially with Mercury in that 4th house. You could be setting yourself up perhaps for some sort of, financial foundation success. Venus is also in Libra at this time, which is in favorable alignment to your Gemini energy as well. So especially if you're launching something into the public, It could be good. It could be. It could have good results. So let's see. Let's just start out with this shadow and light, and then we'll pull some tarots, and let's see what we have. We have relaxation and activation. Okay. So if you have felt that you have been drifting, or you have felt that, nothing's been happening, something's going to be activated at this eclipse. If you have been on speed dial, if you have been really, really running on all cylinders, very activated, shall we say, this full moon lunar eclipse could bring to a head that you need a rest. Okay, that you may need some time out. I mean, eclipse energy can make us feel more tired, more run down. It depends on how sensitive you are to these things. Most people who watch these videos are very sensitive people. But not everybody. I feel like sometimes new moons make me more tired than full moons. I think it just depends. But so there is a moment here to pause and reflect. See how she's sitting there, and there is another person's getting ready to move, and she's sitting there in contemplation. So you're poised with this full moon lunar eclipse between, it's a liminal space. You're in the in-between. Something's wrapping up, but something's about getting ready to begin also. Okay? And you may need a brief pause. I know Gemini doesn't like to slow down, but you may need a brief pause. It doesn't mean like something bad, but you just may need a time out to just kind of soak it all in before the next phase gets activated. Okay? So let's see what we got, especially with your career. Let's say you have a big launch next week. Give yourself the grace of taking a couple days off after that if you can. It's like that type of thing. Maybe acknowledge you do need a break. If you've been pushing really hard, again, Saturn in that 10th house has made you take on maybe more responsibility with your career. Can you put in for a vacation right now? Doesn't mean you have to take it at the eclipse, but you may just decide, I do need a break. And again, some sort of public recognition that could activate you from a state of, dormancy of just kind of sitting there meditating into all of a sudden you're launched into a very active phase. So it just depends. You got to always apply the energies to your life, as I say all the time. All right. Yeah, look, Four of Swords, that's the time out energy, and also needing a rest, needing a break. And the Star. Okay. Maybe for some healing. Just a brief, but we'll look at this. The Two of Wands in your heart. You need a pause. There, yeah. Devil, Capricorn. And then the Six of Cups. Okay. So whoever, you're dealing with, this is what I feel. Whoever you're dealing with, you're public. Okay, you're public. And also Capricorn energy is the 10th house in the astrological wheel. It is your 8th house of transformation, but okay. Your public is still going to be there. I think this Devil to me is you are worried to take a break because you're afraid that, out of sight, out of mind. We're not saying you need to take a break or ease up on something, forever. We're just saying maybe a long weekend, 4 of Swords, 4 days. You just need a little bit of a mental, because it's mental energy, the swords, a little bit Star of a healing time out. Maybe you do need to contemplate Two of Wands in your heart, the crossroads of where you're at, this liminal space that I was discussing, this pause in the action, the in-between. This is wrapping up, but this new thing hasn't started yet. So that is actually an optimal time to take a little break. You don't want to take a break when you just, start a new thing. Six of Cups is very nice. It's a gift from the universe. It's help around you. It's people who will understand. It's a type of thing where, especially if you're a very public person, which you may be with the Star here, or you have a very strong public presence in some way, where you are the healer, you are the mover, the shaker, the person who is the guiding light, the star for other people. Like you have a YouTube channel, or you are the top producer at your job, or, whatever it might be. The world is not going to crumble if you allow yourself to take a break. But see, there's something toxic with the Devil of, again, out of sight, out of mind. If I am not there, I will, it's a lack mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. I will lose my followers. I will lose all the leads I developed as a salesperson if I take 4 days off. And I have to say also, I know I have viewers from all over the world who watch this channel, which thank you so much for that. But I think that's a very American attitude, actually. Americans it's built into the culture that you're not supposed to take a day off. That is not healthy. I don't think Europeans have that problem. They're like, yeah, let's go have a long lunch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But there's a more healthy work-life balance. And I think that may also be going on here because you have Mercury in that 4th house Virgo, which again is about groundedness, stability. Virgo is about health and healing. So you may be getting a message, Mercury, from your body letting you know, I just need some foundational support right now, which is rest. This is not about popping a vitamin. I mean, vitamins are fine, okay? Or slugging down like a Red Bull or whatever. I've never had one of those, so I don't even know what they do. Or one of those other drinks. I mean, I'm a coffee girl. Okay, this is the way it is. Okay, all right, it's not about that. It's about not powering through. That's very toxic. This is about the time out. And, it's better to take that time out now and be preemptive. I'm not saying something bad is going to happen, but it's just like support yourself. Support yourself. You are there for everybody else. The star, Gemini, you are there. They're not going to forget you. All right. The 6 of Cups, they love you. Whoever you're dealing with, this is such beautiful energy. They will give you the gift of what you need, which is just a break. If you just take it, this is your own toxic energy. I feel this Capricorn. I can't do it because it's your 8th house, the Capricorn, right? So there is something important for you to learn about rest because Geminis are go, 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 go. You know that. Okay. If you're not literally go, go, going, you're go, go, going like this or your mind. So, I mean, you could be sitting on the sofa. That's the other thing too, right? You could be sitting on the sofa resting, but you have your phone open, you have the computer open, you're also like listening to a book on tape, like you're doing like all these things like, hello, that's not rest. You need just some deep sleep. You need rest. Okay. Because it's also going to show you what you need going forward as well. There may be a few tweaks to the plan that are coming up for you. This lunar eclipse may be showing you that. But what I'm feeling from these energies and also this, activation, relaxation, what we were talking about here is that you're getting ready to launch into one of the most important times of your life. Whether we're talking your career, your relationship with the public, if you have a marriage or you want to get married, find a serious marriage partner, or a serious business partner, you're going to have the North Node going through that 10th house, starting at the end of January 2025, bringing door-opening opportunities for you. This full moon in Pisces is helping you set the stage, this eclipse, to wrap up. You want to get yourself fully on board, also physically and mentally. This is what I feel from these energies. You can only burn a candle at both ends for so long. But I do think for some of you, there could be some really nice, good news coming at this full moon lunar eclipse. Here's the thing, right? People always think, eclipses are bad. And yes, eclipses can sometimes bring fated disturbances or disruptions. Absolutely. It depends a lot on your personal chart, what else is going on, the houses, all of that. And sometimes events out of our control, like that happen out there that we just don't have control over. But eclipses can also be good, right? It's a full moon lunar eclipse, especially if you have, some strong creative energies and things you've been working on creatively. If you're thinking to launch or do something new, but being in front of the public around this eclipse, it could be an interesting time for you to try that, but I would try it when you were very rested. Okay. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you're looking forward to. What's this in-between space that you're in right now, wrapping up one major chapter and getting ready to launch into another one very soon. what's happening for you. I'd love to hear it in the comments. And if you feel so inclined to give this video a thumbs up or share, that would be great if you found it of value, because that, my friend, really helps my channel grow and push the video out to more people who could benefit from its messages. It's a win-win for everybody. And if you do that, thank you so, so much. All right. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.